Hey friends, I've been thinking a lot lately about how Mormons make great Catholics, and I want to share some of my thoughts with you. In becoming Catholic, I see that some of my Protestant friends and in online discussions that there are certain theological hurdles that they have that I have never had. And I realize that Mormonism and Catholicism have a lot of similarities. Now, I know that there are big theological differences, but I really just want to focus on the similarities, especially for my Catholic friends who might have some Mormons that they want to talk to about Catholicism, or some of my Mormon friends who are curious about exploring Catholicism or are wondering why there are a lot of Mormons leaving the faith and finding their way home in Catholicism. I definitely want to make a long video exploring all these topics more in depth, but I thought I'd make a quick video tonight exploring some of these similarities in short form. So let's get started. First, the Pope and the Prophet. Now, for Protestants, the Pope is often something that is hard to conceptualize as a singular leader of the entire organization, but Mormons already have that in the Prophet and President of the Church. Now, of course, they're different in their roles, the Pope and the Mormon prophet, but for a Mormon in exploring Catholicism, understanding the role of the Pope isn't some foreign concept. With that, another similarity is their view on the priesthood and priesthood authority. Other Protestant denominations don't view the priesthood as something of that much importance, but Mormons and Catholics believe that priesthood authority is necessary for saving ordinances, as Mormons call them, or the sacraments, as they are known in Catholicism. Now, priesthood authority differs that Mormons believe it was lost and they had to restore it, kind of the basis of the whole religion, but in Catholicism, it was never lost, and it continued through apostolic succession from Jesus Christ to the apostles to the early church up until today. So even though there's differences on how they view it, they still hold priesthood authority as something that is necessary for God's church on earth. Another similarity is their structure. Both religions are super organized in the way they disseminate information from their general authorities, their regional authorities, and their local authorities. Also, in the way that they teach. I know Mormons love to say that they can go to any church in the world, any Mormon church in the world, that is, and receive the same lesson on any given Sunday. And that is just amplified in the Catholic Church because they have daily Mass. They have daily readings. No matter what church you go to in the whole entire world, you're going to receive the same daily readings. Everyone is on the same schedule, which is a really beautiful thing. Another similarity they have is their rejection of the Protestant teachings of sola scriptura and sola fide. While Catholics believe in scripture and tradition, Mormons believe in scripture and continuing revelation. And Catholics and Mormons both believe that you also need good works, that your faith produces good works, and because of your faith in Jesus Christ, you want to do good works. Whereas Protestants believe that it's just your faith that saves you, and you only need the Bible. So that's something that Catholics and Mormons also have in common. Another similarity they have is their belief in purgatory. Now, Mormons call it spirit prison. Catholics call it purgatory. After we die, we go through a purification process. Now, Mormons view it a little differently, but it is something that is not common in Protestant denominations. That for Mormons, understanding that there's a purification process called purgatory, it's not something terribly new for them to learn about. Another similarity that most of you will find quite obvious is their love of the family. Mormons and Catholics are known to have big families. They believe that the family unit is central to God's plan. And Catholics also believe that the family is very important. Now, they also have different vocations. If you are not called to be married, you can be called to serve the church as a priest or as a religious. I know some Mormon missionaries would love to know that they could serve a mission their whole life. That's what nuns and monks and friars and sisters are. They basically are missionaries for their whole entire life. They don't have that in the Mormon church, but it is something similar that they hold dear in their proclamation of the faith and their love of their faith, and something that I think that they share that other denominations don't share. Lastly, I want to talk about Mary and our Heavenly Mother. Protestants often have a hard time understanding Mary's role in the church, but for Mormons and Catholics, they both agree that we have a mother in heaven. They may come at it from two different perspectives, but I think it's a similarity that isn't too hard for Mormons to understand, that although they view her as a different person in becoming Catholic, it was an easy thing to wrap my head around, that, oh, that person is actually Mary. Mary was given to us by Jesus Christ as our mother, and as we see in Revelation, she is the Queen of Heaven. And these are just a few of the similarities that I wanted to point out. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to follow for more content, and just know that we're praying for you. We love you, and God bless.